running of the Slocum 50, an event that honors the late, great Brent Slocum. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they're coming at you. 34 Raceway, let them hear you. It's the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. They're coming at you 4 wide.
We thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. Another great crowd here. This is our best crowd we've had here since we've been coming here, DJ.
Yeah.
And our missing man in honor of Brent Slocum. He was the 2004 track champion here in the IMC late model and lost his life in a pit accident there 1 year after that in 2005, Dustin, at the age of 28.
Absolutely. So this missing man formation in honor of Brent Slocum. And as we mentioned earlier as well, less than 12 months ago, his dad, Steve Slocum, passed away. And just this past week, former car owner and crew member Hoppy, Mike Hopkins. Ladies and gentlemen, the missing man formation tonight in honor of Brent Slocum, Steve Slocum, and Hoppy Mike Hopkins. You have it. Gives you goosebumps, man. Gives you goosebumps every single time. Fans, at this time, we'll ask you to grab your seat in the stands and give that young race fan or even your fellow brother or sister in racing that same good, clear, and clean view of the race, just as you would expect to have here this evening as well. Flagman gives them the high sign, signifying they're going to go green flag racing next time by. This will be the 6th time the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series has had a main event here at the gorgeous 34 Raceway. This will be the 16th running of the Slocum 50. The Brandon Fort pace truck going to make the hard left-hand turn to the infield. It's T-Mac, Tim McCready on the pole. The 99 of Devin Moran on the outside. They fire in the Nutrien Ag Solutions starting zone, and the Slocum 50 is underway.
50 laps, again, it'll be Delaware double file restart. Still 10 or less laps to go tonight. Devin Moran, he's led 60 consecutive laps Saturday night at Muskingum County. Tim McCready trying to get his first win and rocking one off at turn number 4, and he will lead lap 1 here tonight at 34.
Devin Moran tried to cross him over, and how about Earl Pearson Jr. right there as well? Look at that, EJ and Jonathan Davenport both right there. 4 cars under a blanket. I know it's early in the going, but this one is a good one, and Devin Moran's going to lead lap number 2.
2 laps, 2 different leaders into turn number 1. McCready will follow in second, Davenport third, Jonathan to the outside, Pearson and Davenport slipped up a little bit. Here comes O'Neill in 5th, then it's Alberson into turn number 3, off of 4. The Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports 99 continues to lead at 34 Raceway, 3 in the books.
3 laps down in this one as they are side by side, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, all right there together. Hudson O'Neill in that SSI Motorsports 71 to the outside of the 46 of Earl Pearson Jr. There's Jonathan Davenport, there's Garrett Alberson. Good racing early in the going here at 34.
We've had 12 different winners so far here in 2024. Moran has 4 wins. Down the back straightaway, McCready with 1, O'Neill with 3 as they head into turn 3. So Devin Moran, Cornet Power under the hood of the 9 to that Longhorn 99. For Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports, that team based in Morristown, Tennessee. The son of the Hall of Famer, Donnie Moran, down the back straightaway continues to lead 5 car lengths into turn 3.
As Tim McCready running a slightly different line now at the front of the field. He's actually trying to close back in on Devin Moran. You see it right there. Great shot from our camera folks high atop the racetrack as Moran actually went to the inside down in turns 3 and 4 last time. Let's see right here if he does the same thing. He does. He goes to the inside. McCready trying to tiptoe around the top. That's where the Rocket 1 gains a little bit of ground. 0.8 of a second the advantage last time. McCready's going to cut into it a little bit this time. 0.4 of a second the lead for Moran.
O'Neill third, Davenport, Pearson, Alberson, Derek Stewart 7th, Dalton Wilson 8th, Troutman 9th, Heckenash Jr. runs in 10th. Now McCready goes to the bottom. Moran up against the wall, down the main straightaway, 8 in the books, 42 to go. Again, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit is outside of turn number 2 if we do have a caution. But so far, it's been clean and green. And McCready to the outside, Dustin, as we work lap number 9.
Yeah, they're running the same line as we mentioned down in 1 and 2, but this one's getting real good in 3 and 4 as McCready tries to cross him back over and regain the lead. He'll throw a slider on Dev down in turns 1 and 2. He reclaims the top spot. Tim McCready out front here. 9 laps in the books at the Slocum.
Yeah, back here off of turn 4, Alberson and Derek Stewart got together. Stewart almost came to a stop. We stay green. That was pretty wild there for position down the back straightaway. Alberson is in 6th right now. Wilson 7th. Alberson now about back 8th. Thornton is 9th. Heckenass runs 10th. Devin Moran took the lead on the 2nd lap. But right now, the number 1 car out in front, Tim McCready.
And Moran's going to go down to the bottom, down in turns 1 and 2, James, as you see right there. Good race at the front of the field here at 34 Raceway. Moran not abandoning the bottom. Down in 3 and 4, McCready drifts way high coming off the corner. Dev still right there. Good race at the front of the field here at 12 in the books.
11:34 here tonight. Whoa! McCready got a little sideways. Moran got in there tied into turn 2. Right now, 3 different lead changes among these top 2. Moran at the bottom. By the way, Hudson O'Neal's closing. He was 1.1 behind McCready. He's cut it to 7/10 of a second. We're about to have a 3-car battle for the lead off of turn 2 at 34.
And that last time by, Hud ran a completely different line down in turns 3 and 4. He kind of diamond off the corner. He does the same here. So it's McCready on the bottom. Now Moran up at the top. Moran back out front in the 99. Here comes Hudson O'Neal in the 71. That's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd all on your screen. 14 in the books.
Right in front of the car he drove to the World 100 in the Lucas Oil Championship a year ago. Off at turn 4, Moran will lead by 2 car lengths down the main straightaway. 15 in the record books, 35 to go. Off at turn 2, Moran, McCready, O'Neal, Davenport 4th, and it's Pearson. Troutman is up to 6th. 7th is Alberson, 8th Wilson, 9th Thornton, 10th is Heckenass. And how about Drake Troutman? Where did he start at?
Started 10th.
He started 10th. He's up to 6th.
Maybe an early candidate for the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger of the race. But we got a dandy here in West Burlington, Iowa. That's the battle for 2nd. Hudson O'Neal in the 71. That was the first time I've about messed that up tonight. Trying to reel in the rocket one of not Hudson O'Neal anymore. That's the one of Tim McCready. You saw the 99 of Devin Moran there just pop out of your screen. He has stretched out to a 1-second advantage here, 17 laps into the Slocum 50.
And Moran coming in tonight, 3rd of the championship points. 2nd is McCready, 3rd is O'Neal, 4th is Davenport. They're all into turn 1. In traffic, Dyson back and forth. You have the battle back here. We double box it between Pearson, Alberson, Wilson, and Troutman. Thornton is 9th. Ray Heckenass remains in 10th in the 99 junior.
That is a highly entertaining battle back there from about 5th on back on the right side of your screen. On the left side of your screen, they fan out nearly 3 wide for 2nd. Hudson O'Neal in 71. Tim McCready in the Rocket 1. Jonathan Davenport in the 49. 1.2 seconds behind your leader, Devin Moran.
What a way to start a week of racing here for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. That's why this place is packed out of turn number 2. And down the back straightaway, O'Neal is gone to 2nd as they head into turn 3 as they work lap 21. We're going to be 4 shy of the halfway mark. It's Moran, O'Neal, the 1 car of McCready.
I can't keep track of any of them anymore.
I about called him Shepard. Out at 2, down the back straightaway. Now O'Neal's got 2 lap cars between himself and Moran. Devin Moran clean out at turn 4. Nobody in front of him for a while into 1.
I got to send a big hat tip to Brad and Jesse and the folks here at 34. The track is in outstanding shape tonight. Knock on wood, by far the best racing that I've seen here at 34. As Spencer Dirk's going to call it a night, he's going to pull the 29 into the infield.
Off at turn 4, Devin Moran as we score lap 23. 2 more to the halfway mark. Hudson O'Neal is 2nd. Tim McCready, Jonathan Davenport, Dalton Wilson has worked his way to 5th. Here comes the big perm up top of the James Ratliff 18D. Dalton Wilson will get a run down the back straightaway. He'll try to bring Garrett Alberson with him, and here comes Dalton Wilson to the bottom, Dustin.
He was high down in 1 and 2. Now he dives down to the inside. He's going to pick off another car as he works by Jonathan Davenport. Sneaks back to the outside of the racetrack. He's going to have Boom Briggs to deal with, though. Here comes Dalton Wilson in 18B.
Fastest car on the track that last time around by 0.2 of a second over Moran and O'Neal. And Dalton Wilson has got it rolling through the middle to the outside. Now half a car length. McCready still has the spot. At the halfway, that's only 25. We still got 25 to more.
Let's go. I'll take it. I'll take it. Dalton Wilson up to third. He's not won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race since the finale at East Bay, trying to work around the 111 of Max Blair, who currently runs 19th.
Devin Moran continues to lead out of turn number 2. O'Neill have to deal with Clay Harris. Dalton Wilson into third. McCready, Davenport, Alberson, Thornton, Troutman, Pearson, Heckenast still 10th. Moran off of turn 4. Will they get really close to that Butte tire coming down off of turn 4? Moran leads. O'Neill is 1.7 behind with 27 complete.
Yeah, you clip that Butte tire on the inside coming out of turn number 4, and you're going to have a lot of trouble. As you said, a 1.7 second advantage for Devin Moran. You got to be good at hitting your marks on the right side of your screen. Now on the full screen, that's the battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's Davenport in the 49, the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr., and the 58 of Alberson, 3 wide for 5th.
Yeah, that's for 5th, 6th, and 7th off of turn 4. It's still Moran. Last time, Dustin, it was 1.9. This time it is 1.7, so 0.2 of a second by O'Neill. And O'Neill has a clear track in front of him, and now Moran will have to deal with 2 cars in front of him heading into turn 4.
That's a whale of a battle back there for 5th. Ricky Thornton Jr. started 13th. He has now cracked the top 5. He'll make it official this time by the scoring loop, which again is not at the flag stand here. It's about 50 feet before the flag stand at the white pole.
Caution free so far, Moran. O'Neill, it's a 2-car battle right now. Again, Dalton Wilson runs in third. McCready down the main straightaway comes McCready here. Do you see the battle back here? Off of turn 4, Alberson. Garrett Alberson. Again, Thornton is up to 5th. How about that in the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT? The current points leader down the back straightaway has a bead on the 1 of McCready into turn 3, Dustin.
Yeah, he's going to drive down to the inside of that car in a battle, as you said, for the 4th position. Tim McCready has it, and that was the scoring loop right there. Give it to Ricky Thornton Jr. as he's moved that Kohler Motorsports entry up into P4. Meanwhile, back up the front of the field, Devin Moran's lead, it had swollen to nearly 2.5 seconds, but as you mentioned, having a little bit of trouble trying to work his way around the 43 of Derek Stewart and the 25 of Chad Simpson. Will double it up again for you at home.
By the way, Carson Ferguson, who started back in 21st, he is up to 10th now in the Paler Motorsports 93. Meanwhile, into turn 3 is your leader, Devin Moran. Hudson O'Neill is second. I tell you, Thornton's got a good hot rod. He started in 13th, did the 20 RT, and again, he's running in 4th right now. He's 1.9 behind your race leaders.
Yeah, you talked about Carson Ferguson as well. He's the early candidate for the Todd Steele Buildings hard charger of the race. I mean, that's a phenomenal battle back there. That is 5th, 6th, and 7th that trying to work by, or 5th and 6th, trying to work by some of the drivers at the back of the field. And now Garrett Alberson going to work around Tim McCready. He'll make it official this time by at the stripe booth. That Kenneth Roberts Racing number 58 of Garrett Alberson up into 5th.
Yeah, McCready, who led laps early on. So Garrett Alberson now in 5th. There's McCready 6th, Davenport 7th, Troutman 8th, Pearson 9th, Ferguson is 10th. Marler is up to 11th, Owens 12th, Bell is 13th, Heckenast is 14th. And Carson Ferguson, a shout out to him from the row number 11 up to 10th. And he battles with EPJ. Now he's up another spot to 9th, Dustin.
Yeah, Carson Ferguson running well in his first ever appearance here at the 34 Raceway. Talked to him in the pit area earlier. So he's never even seen the place before. You're not missing anything here at the front of the field. We'll show you Devin Moran, but he has ballooned back up to a 2.6 second advantage over Hudson O'Neill. But Moran once again facing heavy lap traffic in front of him. He's got the 20 of Jimmy Owens, the 99 of Boone Briggs, and the 21B of Rich Bell directly in front of him.
Jimmy Owens, the last car in the lead lap, currently runs in 13th. Blair is a lap down. Moran got to be careful and still go around the 4-time champion here on the main straightaway. Meanwhile, second place, Dustin. Here comes the big perm. In the 1, he's right there with Hudson O'Neill off of turn number 2.
They're coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. A battle for the second spot is about to brew as Dalton Wilson has indeed reeled in the 71 of Hudson O'Neill. Both those drivers right now glued to the inside of the racetrack as they limbo through turns 3 and 4. Now under 10 laps to go in this one, and this still happens 3 seconds behind your race leader, Devin Moran, in 99.
8 laps to go. He led all 60 Saturday night. He will not lead all laps here tonight, but he's got a pretty good balance into turn 1. Again, Hudson O'Neill is second. A car lead back is Wilson into 1. Caution free so far with 8 laps to go. as they come off of turn 4. So a caution from here on out, if we ever do have one, which we may not, would be single file restart.
At this point, PSG, baby.
Yes,
just run or just finish it.
Yeah, that's right.
O'Neal working to the inside of Boone Briggs there, now 3.2 seconds behind your race leader, Devin Moran. Dalton Wilson, he's pulled up to the rear decking of that 71 a couple times, just can't quite work his way around. Just see O'Neal. O'Neal a little bit better coming off corner number 2. Nick Perm losing a little bit of ground coming off the corner, and my goodness, look at the lap traffic your race leader, Devin Moran, has to deal with, and it hasn't slowed him down, James. A 3.6 second advantage for the Dresden, Ohio driver.
They put a lap on Earl Pearson Jr.'s run 11th. Drake Troutman in front of him. Drake is running 10th, and he's about to go a lap down. We'll have 5. We've got 5 laps to go. Moran, Pearson back, gets his lap back, but they are about as straight away ahead of O'Neal and Wilson and Thornton, who runs 4th. Alberson is 5th. Moran, heavy traffic over turn 4, Dustin.
Yeah, Moran also flexing the patience of a veteran driver too, James, as he's really showing. Oh, and trouble for Jimmy Owens coming off turn number 4. Garrett Alberson almost careened into the side of the Kohler Motorsports number 20. Owens is able to nurse the car to the infield, and we stay green with 3 to go.
Hey, let's give a shout out to Chuck Kimball, crew chief for Devin Moran. How about Mason Bavard and everybody on that team? They changed the rocker arm in the motor today after Saturday night in Muskegon County, and he's 2 laps away from going back-to-back in the Lucas Oil Series, Dustin Jarrett.
He has lost a little bit of that lead here over the course of the last couple laps, just dealing with lap traffic. It's down to 2.5 seconds. But Devin Moran, I don't believe in any danger in the closing stages of this one. James, are coming around to the Barron's performance, 1 to go.
Last time around it was 2.5 as he crosses the loop. Still a battle for second. O'Neal, Wilson, Thornton, your top 4, but it's all Devin Moran down the back straightaway to back-to-back, looking for his 13th career win in the Lucas Oil Series, pending the UNO8 scales, Dustin. Here he comes.
Off corner number 4, the winner of the Slocum 50 is going to be Devin Moran. Second goes to Hudson O'Neal. Third at the scoring loop was Dalton Wilson. Ricky Thornton Jr. 4th, and Garrett Alberson unofficially will round out the top 5, followed by Tim McCready, Carson Ferguson, Jonathan Davenport, Mike Marlar, and Drake Troutman. And that will be the top 10, as you'd mentioned, pending post-race tech and the UNO8 scale area.
So unofficially, the Todd Steele Building's hard charger, Carson Ferguson, started 20th, finished in 7th, up 13 spots in that Paler Motorsports car. By the way, Thornton, the second Charger, started 13th and ran 4th in this race. The Coltman Farms fastest lap of the race was Tim McCready at 15.873. Hey, we got to do a slickest move of the race. Who do you think? Moran for the lead back? What do you think?
Yeah, when Moran took that lead back, I think that was your slicker graphics, slickest move of the race for sure.
And we got about a hard luck. What about Jimmy Owens?
Yeah, Jimmy Owens with a tough break. He will be credited unofficially with 19th in the final rundown here in this one.
And the most laps led would be Moran. Moran led 45 of the 50 laps. The only other driver that led was Tim McCready. The lucky 7th place finisher, Willwood Brakes lucky 7th, was Carson Ferguson, so good night for Carson. And the Deathridge Opticians lucky 13 was Chad Simpson in 25.
With 10 cars finishing on the lead lap in this race, Devin Moran's margin of victory, 2.5 seconds over Hudson O'Neal. Moran started on the outside front row. Hudson O'Neal coming from 6th to 2nd. Dalton Wilson from 9th up to 3rd. Ricky Thornton Jr., as you mentioned, from 13th to 4th. And Garrett Alberson started 5th, and he will round out the top 5 in a caution-free Slocum 50 here this evening. For the fans on the grounds, do want to remind you that after the show this evening, there will be the fireworks display courtesy of J&M Display. So again, do want to remind you, especially if you live close or maybe don't have to get up too terribly early for work tomorrow morning, J&M Displays will have a massive fireworks display after the races, and that will be for each and every one that's on the grounds here this evening.
I think Chuck Kimball earned his 2nd crew chief of the race award, second straight, right? No doubt about it, huh?
Yeah.
Congratulations him, Mason Bavard, everybody on the team, on that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports team, Cornet engine under the hood, Longhorn chassis. His 13th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series over there, as he's He's only run here, a few times. Really, he's trying to make his way to victory lane, Lucas Oil victory lane tonight. So again, your Big River Steel podium, Moran, O'Neill, and Wilson. Hey, tip of the cap to O'Neill and Thornton. It's been a long, crazy, wild week, right? And they come home second and fourth tonight, and they can wheel it.
Absolutely, and very candidly, I'll say on the air, both of them dealing with just a lot of drama and comments on social media that, quite honestly, as fans, we need to do better with that. And Devin Moran, look at Devin Moran holding 5 fingers out the window, 34. Devin Moran with the 5 for Brent Slocum as he comes down the front straightaway. Man, you talk about goosebumps. Goodness, that is, man.
That whole Moran family's classy. Donnie, Hall of Famer, probably a top 5 driver all time. Devin, he's working his way up there, isn't he? That's his 5th win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this year. And that was a pretty doggone good race there for a long, long time between the top 2. Well, the top 3, and Ben Shelton, Devin Moran back in victory lane for the 2nd straight time in the Lucas Oil Series.
He puts the Lazy Day RVs, Roger Sellers Motorsports Big River Steel number 99 on the top of the Big River Steel podium. 13th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win, his 5th VLIN feature win of the year. And in 6 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series events here, there has never been a repeat winner. Now 6 different drivers with Devin Moran down here in Lucas Oil Victory Lane, topping the Brent Slocum Memorial. Race fans. Well, one second. We're going to get there. We go. He's out of the car. How about it for Devin Moran, your feature winner here tonight? $15,555 richer, and he's got confetti everywhere. He's got his helmet, and he's got Sunoco checkered flag, as we're going to talk to him about his win in the 16th annual Brent Slocum Memorial, sponsored by Rotors Pit Stop. Devin, on a week where I think everybody was talking about Hudson and Ricky, you came out here, you didn't just win, you dominated. How big was tonight's performance for this team?
We're right on track. I feel like we've really hit our stride here the last couple weeks. I think that's 8 or 9 podiums in a row, So that's just a testimony to how great my crew guys are and how great my car owner and this whole team is for sure.
Your 5th Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of the year on a night where 5 was the theme. You saluted the crowd as you came around to Victory Lane. You've been a part of a lot of memorial events. You know that it means a lot to the family. And to come here to this area for an event that's big for this area, what does it mean to be right here in Lucas Oil Victory Lane?
I love coming to race at memorial races. I've watched the Slocum 50 probably the last 8 or 10 years on Dirt, and I've never got to race it because it's so far from home. And watch Bobby dominated a lot of them. So just really cool to come out here in front of this crowd and the whole Slocum family. I haven't met any of them, but I'm sure I'm going to get the privilege to. But just want to get another huge shout out to Roger Sellers with Double Down Motorsports, Robbie, Casey, and Connor. I know Connor's at home watching, waiting for me to talk about him a little bit. But want to thank them, Lazy Days RV, Big River Steel. I have so many great sponsors, C&W Trucking. Doug's not far from here, but he's at home watching, so I'm going to have to get him out to the races at some point. But Lucas Oil Products, Southeastern Equipment, Bomag, Red Oak Pub, CarSourceAuto.com, Bill Stein Shocks. I have a lot of contingency sponsors that I can't think enough. Clements and Cornette both had the Cornette in tonight. We had Winners Rear Ends, Performance Bodies is here, Stacked Panels are at home watching. I love these stacked panels. Can't thank them enough. Strange Oval Axle, just so many people. Dynamic Drivelines, we haven't had any driveline problems. So can't thank all them guys enough. And my beautiful wife, like I said, and my awesome crew. I have, in my opinion, the best crew in the pits. So we're just going to keep working hard and chase that championship.
Early on, you and McCready are racing really hard for the lead. After you broke free from him, it wasn't easy, though. Talk to us about how nerve-wracking lap traffic was here tonight.
Yeah, I was going a little easy because that top, the way they did it, it felt like it was just abusing my tires. And I actually had a little bit harder right rear on than Timmy did. So when I see him driving so hard, I just kind of chilled out and let him do his thing. And then I knew I'd run him back down once his tire overheated. So I just kind of let that happen. And they did a good job with the track. I didn't think the top would be that good. And I could make a lot of speed up there. And, it started getting a little bottom dominant. And I couldn't get by traffic. And I moved out to that middle and just picked right back up. So, the 34 Raceway, they did a great job, and I've never really run great here, but the car was good, and the track was good, and the fans were good, and we'll head off to Wheatland Saturday.
Race fans, Devin Moran is your Brent Slocum Memorial champion. As we slide over second on the Big River Steel podium, out of Martinsville, Indiana, Hudson O'Neill. And Huddy, it's been a week. I know you want to be on top of this Big River Steel podium, but to come away second, get the first one under your belt, is it a sense of relief right now?
Oh, there's no words to describe it. I told them guys I feel like I've won almost. Man, what a week it's been, and what a last few months it's been just in general. My racing career's been a little up and down, and yeah, it just feels good to get back to rolling pretty good. And I feel like I had a really good race car there, just missed a little bit of balance there right there at the end. But all in all, man, it was these guys, Anthony, Tharp, Nick, Todd Burns, Vicky Burns, everybody back at SSI. They gave me a great race car to come out here and compete, and we're just thrilled to be standing back up here again.
There for a while, you got rolling. It looked like you were starting to reel in Devin a little bit. What changed in the second half of the race that allowed him to get to break away from you?
I felt like maybe I just abused my tire a little bit too much right there at the beginning, and then like my diamond line that I was running down there in 3 and 4, my right rear gave up and I couldn't do that anymore, and then I had to just move to the bottom, and I wasn't quite as good. I couldn't roll the bottom just quite as good as he could, but yeah, no, that's man, what a great stepping stone this is to start working in the right direction. We all kind of nerved up a little bit coming here today, and we didn't get to practice, didn't get to do anything, and yeah, it just turned out to be a great night. But without all my guys, my girlfriend, my family, everybody supporting us, and Big River Steel, Wheeler Metals, Professional Concrete, Bob and Tammy Burton, Bobcat of Batesville, Merrill Bonding, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, Subsurface Indiana, SSI Motorsports. It's Snowco, Midwest Sheet Metal. It's I've had a few sponsor list changes here recently, and but man, I know I'm missing a bunch of them, but I just appreciate every single one of you guys, and thanks to all the fans that stuck in there with us all week and had our backs, and maybe we can turn a few over to the other side as well. So we'll just continue to work, and really appreciate all my guys, appreciate you guys, thank you for coming, and we'll see everybody at Wheatland.
Race fans, Hudson O'Neill, he is second on the Big River Steel podium tonight. And rounding out the Big River Steel podium out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Dalton Wilson. Dalton, the middle part of the race, this car was really on dig. You were getting a couple of cars off the corner, especially off of 2. It seemed like you might have something for the leaders late in the race, though. You had your hands full with third. How happy are you with this podium?
Man, the way it's been going here lately, I'm tickled to death. I thought I had a shot out there for a minute, and then I really hurt my left rear tire bad and running around the top of 1 and 2 down there, so I just had to get down, and Huddy never left the door open for me. So, lap cars were tricky, but, man, I can't thank my guys enough. They busted their butts. We've had the motor out of this car 4 or 5 times in a couple weeks, and, JC, Josh, Blake, special thanks to Gullett and Willie for, this motor was sitting at Clements on Wednesday morning, so huge shout-out to him for getting it out here to us. Our awesome car owners, James, Jennifer, Justin, Nicole, just everybody for standing behind us and believing in us. It's took a little bit of time, but as we're getting comfortable, I think we're in really good shape. But I can't thank all of our sponsors enough. JR Motor Sales, and like I said, and James is the main thing, and ICS, Grant Lee Farms, MGL, B&L Construction, New Point Lighting and Design, VP. Hoosier, anybody that's behind this, all of our product sponsors, Super Trucker, JR Trucking, the Auto Outlet, Race Ranch is here selling T-shirts. Be sure to get you some shirts. Like I said, just thank everybody behind this deal. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but hopefully this is a sign of what's to come.
Race fans, Dalton Wilson, he rounds out the Big River Steel podium. DJ James, I tell you what, 34 Raceway brought their A game here tonight.
As you mentioned, 50 laps, green flag, and I can't wait till Saturday night now. The Diamond Nationals, an $80,000 main event purse, $20,000 to win Saturday night in Wheatland, Missouri, Dustin.
I'm going to take a look at the Lucas Oil race recap and see exactly how we got to this point with Devin Moran going back-to-back in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series A mains.
So we had 3 different lead changes there early on between those 2 drivers. McCready led, Moran led. There's McCready gets the lead back. But once Moran got out in front for good, it was all she wrote in this caution-free race as he led 45 laps overall in the main event. And he got the lead back on, let's see here, what lap was that? Without caution free, it's hard to call
Those
this
score
up.
sheets, I mean,
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
Yeah, thank you for the score sheets, by the way.
Dalton Wilson, you heard him talk about working up through the field, burning the left rear off a little bit. Ricky Thornton Jr., you saw there on your screen, coming from 13th up to 4th. And then Devin Moran not only getting with the win, but saluting the late, great Brent Slocum with 5 fingers out the window as he came back out on the racetrack. That was your Lucas Oil race recap. And Ben, your final thoughts as you reflect back on not just the 16th running of the Slocum 50, but your first ever race here at 34.
Well, it was steamy today. There was a lot of humidity, but I tell you what, the racing was even hotter on the racetrack. And Brad Stevens and the crew, they did an amazing job tonight. And this racetrack, very impressed. I can't wait to come back here. The fans were incredible. Great facility, great racing. And hey, we got 7 nights of racing in the next 10 days. What a way to kick it off. And after a week where there was a lot of storylines, Devin Moran said, hey guys, don't forget, I won $20,000 last Saturday. Tonight he wins $15,555. He's going to be one to watch as we get into the second half of this season.
All right, Ben, thanks so much, and a great job here as always. We'll look forward to seeing you at the Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri here in about 48 hours. James?
It was lap 16. He got.
Okay, thank you. Good job.
I finally figured that out. Thank you for the score sheets, by the way, that you printed for me.
We still got an IMCA modified feature coming up, and J&M Displays also going to have the fireworks display at the end of the night's night. Look at the parking lot leaving here. You're not going anywhere. Stick around for this IMCA modified feature, and
you will interview the winner.
I am interviewing
the
the modified
winner. You will not leave
winner.
like you did Saturday night. You will be here.
I was back home by the time the 4-cylinder feature was over.
Great working with you, brother. We'll see you Saturday.
Absolutely, brother. We'll see you on Saturday night. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series off tomorrow. Again, coming up next, the 20-lap main event for the IMCA Modifieds here at 34 Raceway.